Yo! Ooh, look at the pretty lights. For your viewing pleasure. I got the cheapest 3-inch eBay cat back exhaust I could find. I don't know how they make this stuff so cheap either. It's stainless steel. It's mandrel bent, so it seems like pretty nice stuff. And I found a resonator on Craigslist that I'm going to replace my catalytic converter with. This thing's got a big fart can and one resonator. So I'm going to have 2 resonators and a fart can on here. It should be pretty quiet. It should sound pretty good. And then this I fabricated already. So I'll be putting all this stuff on today. The only slight problem I'm going to have with this system is this is for a hatchback. And I got a coupe. So it's going to be a little short in the back end. So I'm going to have to add a little chunk of 3-inch pipe. Other than that, it should work. Probably be a good idea to get this oil return line on before I put this exhaust up here. Just gonna mark where I'm gonna cut it. Little black tape to keep it together. I just did that to cut all the wire. And then this extra I'll just tape up. Maybe I'll use it for something someday. I got my post-cat O2 sensor here. I got it unplugged. And I'm pretty sure that's going to get deleted. I only need the front one. And I think I'm going to hook the front one up to a wideband. So we'll see. We'll just have to see about that in the future. For now, I'm just going to get all this out of here. I don't know where I'm going with this, so I'm just going to put the other stuff up and see where it's at. So I'm going to need this so I can put it back up there and plug up that hole. I'll get that all later too. I might as well unbolt this stuff. It's not real rusty. It should come out pretty nice. You know what this is? This is money. Yeah, with this resonator, I'm going to cut this pipe, get this cheesy little flange off of here. And I think I'm going to cut this flange off too. And I'm going to weld it right onto this pipe. And then I'll have a little bit of length I got to weld onto here. And that's fine. I'm going to weld this flange onto here. And I'm going to weld this pipe onto here. And that way I can bolt this flange to this flange. Well, this is interesting. This God Snow fart can. I got 3-inch exhaust and look at this little tiny hole. It's about twice the size of my thumb. So I'm gonna pull that out. It's probably a spark arrestor of some kind. This is what they put in there so you don't get flames coming out of your exhaust. Who doesn't want flames coming out of their exhaust? Well, that looks fine. Hello! Yeah, that's what you would call a through muffler. So basically I'll just have three resonators on here. So doesn't that look goofy as it looks goofy as I don't care. And this is the part when I realize I put my rear sway bar in upside down. What the heck? Yeah. I'm I'm going to have some clearance issues with the sway bar. Yeah, it's a little short. I got to do some monkeying around, but I think I can make this work. Well, this is centered really nice in this bend, which is the important part. All of that looks good, but it's hitting my sway bar. So I should probably cut a chunk right here and add an inch or two, or add it right here, just a couple of inches to get over this sway bar. Jeez. Thankfully, I commandeered a piece of diesel exhaust pipe that was laying around. I found that has never been used, so I'm just taking pieces off of that to make this stuff work. I put some marks on here before I cut it, so I know where these bolts go. Yeah, I put it up there. It looks right. It's right where I want it. Honda Civics from China must be 3 inches shorter. This thing fits on here like it wants to be there. Just like that. Huh. Maybe I should just run no muffler and put an exhaust tip on this. It'd probably sound pretty awesome. I think I'm going to do it. I gotta hack up this resonator flange next. I think I gotta go a little bit at a little bit of an angle on this. I'm going to weld this onto the downpipe, and I'm going to be bolting these two pieces together. What do I do? I better straighten this one out a bit. That's a little straighter. We need to add a little chunk here. I'm going to finish welding all of this on the bench. I got to do quite a bit of filling on this one. I'm going to go in the house now and wrap this. I got a box of cheap eBay header wrap. It's actually really thin. Came from China. Took a whole month to get here. Then I got some leftovers from a WRX I worked on. This is a little better stuff. So I'm going to use this up, and if I need any extra, which I probably will, then I'll use that other junk. I just started off by getting it a little wet. There, that'll keep a lot of heat out of my engine compartment and away from my air conditioning compressor. Well, I guess I can bolt this thing up for good. Yeah, I put a metal gasket in there. They had a fiber one that came with the kit, and I bought this one separate because these never blow out. Better to have it leak a little than blow out. I could get a wrench on this until I put this wrap on here. Now I can't. I'm a sly dog. I've got it. I ground this wrench down a little bit so I could get it in there. Chewed up my wrap a little bit, but whatever. I got the thing. None of this wrap is going to come apart. Well, my exhaust is the lowest part, but that's as good as I'm going to get it. Well, this is kind of interesting. I cut this chunk of diesel pipe off, and it fits really nice. Just like that. And this is all I got left of that pipe. So I kind of found this at a junkyard sitting in a truck, and I I asked the guys at the junkyard if I can take it and how much they want for it, and they're like, ah, just take it. I'm like, okay, cool. So it was meant for me, I guess, because I think this system's gonna be just the way I want it. I painted this with high temp aluminum paint, just so whatever it is you can see on the exhaust isn't going to look all rusty. I don't like these either. These gaskets blow out all the time. The really good ones got like a firing ring around the inside, and these aren't there, so they're junk. I was thinking I was going to use them, and if they blow out, I'll just replace it, but I'm just going to use my muffler cement because I love this stuff. This stuff really does work great. Just so long as they're, you know, flat surfaces, they're not all bent, it won't blow out. I'm also using bigger bolts than what came with this. I think these are 12-125. I don't know, they fit these holes just perfect. I gotta cut the hangers off of that fart can. There it is. Looks good to me. That's nice tight exhaust. It's real close. So I got that bunch of cheesy boogered up welds that aren't going to go anywhere. More cheesy boogered up welds. I had to cut this again and bend it down, and I just put something in there to fill it. Whatever. I'm not gonna see it anyways. It's all under the car. I had to cut it here and turn it because this side was hanging down too far. I put an extra insulator on it. I had to weld one of these on here. I just did this, boogered up, a bunch of nasty whatever. More boogers. That's what happens when you use a 110 wire feed with flux core wire. You know, it's not going to look perfect, but it's going to penetrate and work really good. I had to make a bracket here too because I need this to be solid on the engine. It was vibrating like crazy when I hit the pipe. So I bolted this bracket right onto the tranny mount, which is basically the engine. Technically I would want something like this in front of this flex pipe, but I would have had to move the flex pipe back, and I probably should have, but I didn't think that far ahead. Unfortunately, this is going to be really close to my CV axle too. Hopefully it won't melt the dang thing. I already stuck it in there just to make sure it doesn't hit, and it's close, but it's not going to touch. And that's it. I'm going to run this thing. It should work great. I mean, it don't look the greatest, but that's okay because it's under the car anyways. Nobody's going to see it. I think I've had enough for the day. That's for sure. Okay, bye.